This screencast is about essential skill for solving inequalities. Most of the time, solving inequalities is exactly like solving equations. For example, I've got 3 examples of inequalities here. Each of them are just a one-step equation, but this works for all of them. If this is 2 times x is greater than 6, so to solve this, you would divide both sides by 2, and x is greater than 3. Notice the symbol, the inequality symbol, stays the same. On example number 2, you're taking x and dividing it by 6. So to undo dividing, you multiply. I'll just put it underneath. So I'm going to multiply by 6 on both sides of that inequality. That gives you x is less than 24. Again, the symbol does not change at all. It started a less than sign and it ends up a less than sign. My third example is an addition problem, and we're adding 4. So you can either subtract 4 or think of it as adding the opposite. That would be x greater than or equal to -9, and the inequality symbol does not change. Now, there are 3 cases where the inequality symbol does change directions, and they are as follows. When you multiply each side by a negative to solve it, in this inequality, we are taking x and dividing it by -3. And so we will have to multiply by -3 to get rid of that -3. We'll do it on both sides, times -3. That will leave you x on the left side, and on the right side you'll have -12. But instead of bringing down that less than symbol, this time we reverse it and make it a greater than symbol. Another place when you change that symbol around is when you divide each side by a negative number. In this case, we are multiplying x by -4. So to solve this problem, you have to divide both sides by -4, and x would remain on the left side. 12 divided by -4 is -3. Since I divided both sides by that -4, it changes the greater than or equal to symbol into a less than or equal to symbol. The third and final case is when your answer results with the variable on the right side, like I have for example number 6. The variable is over here on the right side. It's easier to graph when you start graphing inequalities when the variable is on the left side and the number is on the right. So you not only switch the variable and the number around, but you also have to switch that symbol around too. So right now that bigger end is facing the x, so I have to have the big end facing the x still. If you think of it as an arrow, that arrow is pointing towards the -5, and so it still is in the result. It's pointing towards the -5. So these are the only times, the only 3 cases that you have to reverse the inequality sign. They always happen at the end of an inequality. Even if it's a long multi-step equation, it's just at the end that you'll have to decide whether you want to reverse it. Don't get flip-flop happy and keep sending it back and forth all the time. Just usually one time will take care of it way at the end. If you need to, you can re-listen to this a couple times until you kind of make sense to you.